Uh, Hello, and welcome all to my Den of Darkmoon, where we game, nerd out, and get stoned together. I'm Soul Darkmoon, and let's get down to our very first tips and tricks video. So, we're going to take. Sorry. So, we're going to go ahead and look at the best and efficient ways to play Rocket. He's the first one we're choosing for two reasons, really. One, he's my main, what I use most, so I know him well. And two, I notice a lot of people don't play him, not incorrectly per
When the
se,
chips
but
are down, you want your heroes a little roguish and scruffy.
as
Like
efficiently
me.
as possible.
More bad guys.
And
Just
I'm going
what
to
we
teach,
need.
or at least I'm going to try, to teach a couple things to help you
You're ready for
feel
action.
like you're really, really playing Rocket to the most efficient possible. So, we're going to talk about settings first. So, not a whole lot of settings, really. I mean, obviously, as far as everything goes, it is pretty much up to you, how you feel, you know. But the one thing I do recommend is for the direction of wall climbing. You have the option to advance vertically upwards or advance towards crosshair. I prefer crosshair because then I can just choose where I get to go. I want to go this way, that's where I'm going to go. So it's easily controlled. It'll take a second to get used to, but still quite controllable. That really is the only setting I would change based on, like, other than the defaults for Rocket. But now we want to talk about movement. So, movement and evasion. I noticed that a lot of people, when they play Rocket, will just walk, and that's wrong. That's throwing. Like, as a Rocket, you're way quicker wall running, so you should always try to wall run where you can. The other thing is, if you wall run and get to an edge, I've noticed a cool tech where if you hit L1 at the end of it, it is an amazingly longer dash. Like, it is. I'm trying to get a good example here.
Those guys are about to shoot at us.
Boom. Alright. You see how much of a dodge that is from over there? Whereas if I just do this, you get like, what is this? 10 meters. Whereas if you're coming off of an edge, that's easily 20 meters. Easily. Like, look at the distance. I got to right here. It came from right here. That's easily 15 to 20 meters. So that doubles your distance. So always when coming in, you always want to use this. Now, when you're being attacked, like, they get in close, you know, because you got that Wolverine, Black Panther, Hulk, all those fuckers who like to push into the back, Venom, and next thing you know, you're just getting shit on. I always place myself near walls. Even the smallest of walls you can climb. Give yourself a little boost, because you can just go, boom, boost yourself really high into the air to fuck off, and get yourself away. Always make sure you have a dodge ready for when you are getting jumped. The idea is to always be evasive. Get away from them. Like, there are times where I won't die any time in an entire game because I can just evade the entire time. So that is the most important tip I can give Rocket players, because I consistently see Rocket players not at all using everything.
Racking them up.
Alright, now I want to talk about upping your healing, because I hate seeing a Rocket name come in, insta-lock healer, and then do like 11,000 heal. Alright? So, obviously some of the most obvious tips is, you know, what you do with healers already. Line your teammates up, blah blah blah. You know. But what's really important about Rocket is bouncing. All right. If they're near a wall, shoot that shit right to that wall. If you notice the wall, it'll bounce back off that wall and it'll give them a second heal. Always be bouncing. Bounce around everything that's around you. On the floor. If you're in a room, or like for instance here, you know where this... where you know there's a roof, it will bounce for quite some time. And that gives you an opportunity, as soon as you lay down these heals, you know that guy's going to be safe. So that guy was healed the entire time we were able to lay down some fire. Like I get that people want to shoot, but you should do it smart, you know? Make sure you got some heals going out, and then go for it. Alright? Always bouncing. Always be bouncing. Always be bouncing. Alright? Always want to be bouncing your heals off walls.
Are about to shoot at us.
Always want to be lining your teammates up. It heals as it slows, stops, comes back, and it'll heal as it slows on the way back for a little bit as well. I'd be dropping like anywhere from like 25 to 45,000 heals every game.
You're ready for action.
Alright, now this one isn't huge, but at the same time I also have this problem myself, and I feel like it's something that I need to bring up, and that is your respawn beacon. Alright, so first off, people don't really realize, because there's not necessarily a circle around it per se, but this has a range. This has like a diameter or a circumference, meaning that like you can throw it right here and it'll spawn everybody here, but if you like throw it down there, it's not going to spawn anyone here. So you need to make sure you're thinking about placing it close enough to the team fight, but not so close that flankers are going to find it easily. Alright, so that's super important. I always try to put it somewhere high, or somewhere kind of hidden in like bushes, things like that, so that it's found less, because otherwise you're just going to have some douchebag Wolverine come in and just destroy it. Or some douchebag Black Panther or Scarlet Witch.
I'll patch you up.
The last thing that I could tell everybody. Oh, speaking of, don't stand near wherever you do your respawn beacon. So if you decide like, oh, I'm gonna check up here, don't sit up there, because then you're just gonna have people people will constantly see you, and then they're going to see it. So always try to stand away from it. I see people doing that all the time, just like dropping it down and then standing next to it. It's like, bro, don't you think they're gonna see it? Shoot it. Okay, now the last thing, which is not really any tips, but it's just how I play with the primary. But this primary, it's kind of inconsistent, and it's not that amazing, so I really don't go out of my way to do damage, because, well, realistically, like, even though I can, unless they're standing still, I'm not going to be doing a lot of damage. Like, when they're moving, I'm missing a lot of shots. So, the idea is whenever they're in your face, especially tanks, just fucking lay into them, you know. Anybody who's pushing you, push it, shoot a little bit, and then get the fuck out. Alright, that's what I do. Push it. If you get hit for self-heal, don't just you know, bounce the heal down. Bounce somewhere near you so you can get some heal, and then just fucking dodge out of there. Alright, now the last thing, ultimate. Now, really, the most obvious things are, you know, it takes damage, so you want to place it somewhere where it can still help your teammates, but not be immediately damageable. I try to put it in the back behind them, or somewhere off to the side, like in a doorway so that it's still hitting them, because it's got a pretty wide circle. Like,
this is real firepower.
It's got a nice one. So it doesn't quite hit this guy, but it hits this one. So try to put it somewhere, but realistically, like if you're in the moment, you can throw it down. That's fine. Sometimes it's the best place. Just don't forget to do it. Don't forget to use your ult regularly, and don't forget to use your respawn beacon ultimate regularly. You get 45. Like you get a res every 45 seconds, basically, and then you get a dash every like 5 to 10. And your ultimate, as long as you're fucking putting out the heals, man, you're gonna get your ultimate pretty damn fast. Like,
this is real firepower. You're ready for action. You're welcome. More bad guys.
I'm already at 36%, so it realistically doesn't take very long.
You're welcome.
And if you add some damage in there, it'll go quicker. So, those are my tips and tricks. I hope you guys enjoyed them. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. I'm going to play a little bit of